A couple of murder suspects are in for a rude awakening. 10 years after they killed two men at a Montebello nightclub, detectives are hunting them down with a vengeance, thanks to some new information. Tony Valdez has their story tonight on LA's Most Wanted.
The men in these Sheriff's Department sketches are two of the luckiest men alive, but that comes at the expense of these two men who are not. Suspects number 1 and number 2, as we'll call them, have gotten away with murder for more than 10 years, but they're living on borrowed time now thanks to this man, Detective Bob Gray from the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Homicide Bureau. The scene of the crime is a strip mall on Washington Boulevard at Greenwood Avenue in Montebello. A lot has changed there since Sunday night, July 22nd, 2001.
Back in 2001, this establishment was known as Steve's BBQ House. It was a family-style restaurant that around 8:30 p.m. would turn into a nightclub. So you'd have a different type of clientele frequenting this rather than at dinner time. Gilbert Sanchez and Cesar Lozano are in the company of some friends enjoying themselves here at the Steve's BBQ when an argument ensues near the men's bathroom.
One or both of the suspects said something disrespectful to Gilbert Sanchez, possibly about one of the ladies at his table. There was some serious pushing and shoving, which left the smart-mouthed suspects, probably members of an East LA or Montebello gang, wishing that they hadn't picked a fight with Gilbert, who had no criminal record and no gang connection.
And some friends of the suspect join in, at which time security is alerted and all of the parties involved in the fight are escorted out of the establishment.
For the record, Cesar Lozano, the other victim, didn't have a criminal history or a gang affiliation either.
Witnesses say there's another argument and then a gunshot, at which time our victim, Cesar Lozano, is shot and killed in the rear parking lot. A few minutes after that, a second volley of gunshots is heard from the front, and that's where our victim, Gilbert Sanchez, is killed.
This brings us to two inescapable facts. The first is that these murders happened a long time ago.
Well, I imagine our suspects believe they got away with one or two in this case, and they can never be no more wrong than they are.
The other fact the suspect should realize is that detectives of the Sheriff's Homicide Bureau call themselves the Bulldogs.
And we never let go of a case, as you know. And particularly this one right here, although it's a long time ago, it's still an active case, and it will continue to be an active case until it's solved.
That's where someone watching tonight can make a difference with just one phone call to the Bureau at 323-890-5500. There are detectives waiting for that call right now. Back in 2001, when these sketches were drawn, they were considered to be extremely accurate, but of course the passage of time will have changed their appearance a bit. What time cannot change is that they are cold-blooded killers, and that this is the chance for everyone who's been walking around with a guilty conscience all these years to finally do the right thing and say something.
Like, we know that there were some people here that probably weren't talked to by the police, and if you know anything about this or were here and have not contacted the police about it, we'd like that information.
And if you need to do that anonymously, detectives will still be happy to hear from you at 323-890-5500. On the trail of LA's Most Wanted, Tony Valdez, Fox 11 News.
I love it. We get a double dose of Tony today.
Yeah.
It was great. All right, we're going to turn now to public.